A call has just come in highlighting the urgency. 2 baby langurs have been confiscated by the police in Ho Chi Minh City. Animal manager Ms. Fong is travelling 120 miles south to collect them.
We had a phone call from Katien National Park who said the police department in Ho Chi Minh City, District 1, had confiscated 2 silvered langurs from a street seller. So she's on her way now to pick them up. Hopefully they're still okay. So we'll sit and we'll wait, and she'll probably be back around about midnight.
Ho Chi Minh City may not be far in distance, but it's a 5-hour car journey to the centre of the busy, buzzing metropolis. Formerly known as Saigon, it's the most populous city in Vietnam. It's early evening by the time Ms. Fong arrives at the police station. There's very little information about the 2 baby silvered langurs, although they're thought to be about 4 to 5 months old, and the circumstances in which they were found were distressing.
It was a street seller who had them in a cage on the side of a busy road in Ho Chi Minh City. Dreadful conditions. We don't know how long he's had them. The parents would have more than likely been shot or trapped in snares. And then the youngsters are taken away as a byproduct. It's so traumatic for the youngsters.
The 2 tiny langurs, 1 male and 1 female, are currently in a plastic crate and have been left in the corridor of the police station, where Ms. Fong gets her first look. Unsurprisingly, they're frightened and traumatised. Stolen from their parents at such a young age, there's no way of knowing what they've endured over the last few days or even weeks. But they're in safe hands now. Ms. Fong is an expert in caring for young primates and has looked after many suffering a similar fate. There are a number of formalities to be completed before she can begin the journey back to Dao Tien. She contacts Lee and sends him a photo of the 2 infants.
The female looks a little skinny, and the male seems a little bit more active from what I can see, brighter in the eyes. But until they actually get onto Dao Tien, where we can make a better and proper assessment, fingers crossed, as always, Miss Fung will do her best, honour her journey home to make sure they're okay and that she's given them milk, water, so that when they come here, we've started that process.
With the paperwork done, the 2 langurs can now be transferred into a more suitable travel crate. It's vital they get to the centre as soon as possible to start the long process of rehabilitation they so desperately need. It's a race against time to get 2 rescued baby silvered langurs to Dao Tien, Monkey World's sister sanctuary in Vietnam. The tiny infants are in desperate need of care and attention, and their future is in the balance. Throughout the 5-hour journey, animal manager Ms. Fong has been reassuring the bewildered pair, giving them water and comfort. They've made good time, arriving at the river crossing to Dao Tien just before midnight. The rescue centre is located on an island on the Dong Nai River, and the only way to reach it is by boat. Ms. Fong has phoned ahead, and Lee Butler has sent Mr. Hai, the nighttime keeper, across to collect them. It's a scenario that has become all too familiar to Lee.
This should not be happening. They're not pets. They should be in the wild, in their family groups, in the forest. That's where they belong. Tourism, illegal pet trade, it has to stop. And here at Dao Tien, where we work with Cat Tien National Park and the local government of Vietnam, we are trying to make a change. We're making a difference, but we all get very, very frustrated that this continues. This has to stop.
It's gone midnight. Ms. Fong has been travelling for a total of 9 hours and has finally made it back to Dao Tien with the 2 baby silvered langurs. The youngsters have been given names. The male has been called Depp, and the female, who is older and darker, Danny. They were being kept in a small cage by a local street seller and must have been terrified, probably having seen their parents killed for meat. The main concern now for the team on Dao Tien is the state of their health.
So Miss Fung was saying is that we have a boy and a girl. So now they're here, they're in great hands. We'll get them into their cage and we'll go from there for the night.
The first thing the team need to do is get essential fluids into the infants.
They could be dehydrated, the bodies could be going into shock. So it's really important that Miss Fung and Mr. Hai get this first feed into them. The next feed we'll do 50% milk, no sugar, and 50% electrolyte, so we can still get the electrolytes into them. So that will be about 2 o'clock this morning. And then at 3 o'clock, hopefully then we go to the normal milk feeds and then start to introduce a correct diet for them. It's so sad, but they're now in the best hands possible for their next step in their rehabilitation to get them back into the forest.
It's going to be a long night for Lee and the team.
No problem.
But the 2 baby langurs are now in the best possible place, and their future is definitely brighter than it was just a few hours ago. A few days ago, the number in residence increased by 2, with the arrival of a pair of 4 to 5 month old silvered langurs. Animal manager Ms. Fong travelled 120 miles to Ho Chi Minh City to collect them, after they were discovered being kept in a small cage by a street seller and confiscated by police. Despite being dehydrated and traumatised, the pair, female Danny, who has started her dark colour change, and male Depp, the younger of the 2, survived the night, thanks to the care of the Dao Tien staff.
The first couple of days are critical. Generally, the primates turn up and they're actually in shock because they're fed the wrong diet, they've been snatched from their parents, and they're sat in small cages on the streets. Noise, pollution, people everywhere, very stressful conditions, and the body goes into shock.
The 2 silvered langurs, whose mothers were probably killed for bushmeat, are being bottle-fed with an infant milk formula.
Cho uống từ từ. Hút hẳn vào trong ngực, đúng rồi. Hút mạnh, hút cái ngực, hút lưng xuống.
Staff at the centre are providing the pair with 24-hour care, and they have each other for company in their temporary accommodation.
Hầu như là con.
Their arrival highlights the need for the brand new facility currently being erected on the island to cater for the ever-increasing numbers being rescued. Lee is there to oversee its completion. Until it's ready, many of the primates already going through rehabilitation are living in the larger outdoor caged areas. Danny and Depp are taken to meet some of them, in the hope they can become instrumental in supporting the 2 youngsters.
Generally what we'll do, as we have done, we'll bring them over to the species we already have here so they get that interaction straight away. It's part of their rehabilitation. It's part of their transition. And it's to make sure that they don't get imprinted by humans. They're a primate. They need to be seen and interact with their own species. You know, we can do everything possible for them. But if we do it and we do it all, they'll never be releasable. They'll just like people too much. They have to become a primate.
It's a short visit. The team don't want to cause the infants undue stress, but are planning longer meetings as their confidence grows. But overnight, tragedy strikes.
Female Danny, the weaker of the two, goes into shock and dies.
When she got here, she was very malnutritioned. She was really skinny. Although she looked okay, it was inevitable that over the 2 or 3 days, she lost condition. We spoke to our international zoo vets back in the UK, and we did everything possible for her. But unfortunately, it was too late.
It's also a close call for Depp.
We nearly lost him, but thankfully, with our vets, we pulled him back. He's now started to gain weight. He's now spending more time with our other silvered langurs, which is vital to his rehabilitation. But we've got to keep our fingers crossed. We're not out of the woods yet. We've got a long way to go to get this little boy where he should be.
The circumstances surrounding Danny and Depp's arrival are all too familiar. Just last year, Kui, a 7-month-old black-shanked Duke monkey, arrived at the centre, a timid and shy youngster in need of serious help. However, fast forward 12 months and his rehabilitation is almost complete. He's now living with other partially rehabilitated Dukes, including Anna and Vu, who suffered the same horrific start in life, being stolen from their families.
It's testament to the team and how the team work and how dedicated the team are, because he is now in the semi-free enclosure at the top of the north of the island in our 400-metre fence line with Anna and Vu, who have also been amazing in the tree. It's what we're all about. It's giving something back they've had taken away. The end result is what we have here today. So fingers crossed they continue to do well, and then hopefully when the time comes we can release actually onto Dao Tien with the family of 11 Dukes that we already have here.
Lee is hoping Depp's future will follow the same path as Kui's.
And a bit of breakfast. There you go.
With the infant getting stronger day by day, his future is starting to look a lot more positive.
After months of planning and complex negotiations, Monkey World is about to embark on a rescue mission like no other. The beneficiary of this enormous undertaking is disabled chimp Chola, who lives with Graziella Cotman, with the help of keeper Monica. Life is about to change for the chimp, who'll soon be on her way to the UK and a new home at the park in Dorset, where she'll hopefully become part of a family with others of her own kind. Monkey World's animal director, Jeremy Keeling, has flown to Kenya to oversee the move,
I too quick. I too quick.
get to know the chimp, and establish a relationship.
We owe her to give her a good life. And of course, Graziella and Monica have done really well to give her a good life. But now she must leave, and we have to train her to a new life. She has to learn a whole new life with other chimpanzees and with different people looking after her. And it won't be bad, it won't be horrible, it won't be cruel, but it will be very different. The time has come, it's got to be now. So, that's why we're here, to make it happen.
Chocola's early life was traumatic. Her mother was shot for bushmeat, and the infant, clinging to mum, was covered in bullet spray and injured. Graziella, who was working for a chimpanzee rescue centre in the Republic of Congo, took on responsibility for the injured chimp. She's been devoted to her care for 23 years. Graziella is now 82 years old, and looking after Chocola has become a struggle. She's decided to leave Kenya and go home to Belgium. But first, she wants Chocola settled in the best place possible, and that means Monkey World in Dorset, with its established chimp families and all the expertise that goes with it.
I need to put my chimps in a good place and make the choice that she go to Monkey World, because there are too much chimpanzee there, as maybe one day you have the opportunity to go there and I know the place is good. I go there 3 times, 4 times, and finally that is my choice, that I put chocolate there. I need to do that.
Jeremy has spent 3 days in Kenya observing Chola, getting to know her likes and dislikes, and assessing how the gunshot wounds from 23 years ago have affected her mobility.
You coming up? Good girl. You up we go. Good girl. You good girl.
Chola is partially paralysed down her right side and can't use her hand and foot properly. Her disabilities mean she needs a lot of care and attention, which the Monkey World team need to consider when settling her into her new home.
Obviously, Chola is very disabled. She is crippled, but I think that she has a lot of capability of moving that was better than I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but she is moving. You know, when she walks around the enclosure, I have a job to catch up with her. I mean, I know I'm old and broken as well, but she really can move around better than I was expecting, which is good.
Hey. Hello.
Monica first met Chola in 2005 when the chimpan Graziella first arrived in Kenya. For the last 10 years, she's been the chimp's main carer, and they've established a bond that will be tough to break when the time comes.
Working with chimpanzee is fun, but it has to come from inside yourself. It's something that it's not forced, or you don't do it for money, because it is the feeling that you have. Then you give it back to the chimpanzee. And there you learn slowly, because with chimpanzee, you don't learn from the books. You learn with the interaction from them. With Chola, we have managed to keep her happy by being always with her, playing with her just to keep company and to make sure she is comfortable.
Chola will fly to the UK on a cargo plane with the help of worldwide courier DHL. Monkey World sent out a travel crate some months ago for the chimp to get used to. The original plan was for Chola to walk voluntarily into the box, but so far attempts at training her have failed. Jeremy's aware the clock is ticking. The flight leaves in less than 48 hours. He phones Alison back in the UK to update her.
Yeah, we've given up trying to train Chola to go into the box because I just don't think it's going to happen just yet. So we're going to go with plan B and get the vet to anaesthetise her and get her in. Just wanted to fill you in on all that. Okay?
Oh, okay. No, I have complete faith in you doing all of that, Jeremy. So whatever you feel is best for the chimp in the end, and you can work with the vet, that'll be brilliant.
It might even help her being a bit dopey from an anaesthetic anyway. So, you know, it might be good in that respect. But as long as you're happy.
Absolutely.
Okay, right, I will speak to you soon. Okay?
Thanks, Jeremy.
No sweat. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Using anaesthetic always involves risk, but Jeremy and the team have assessed all the options and made the decision. Everyone is hopeful that, with the plane on a fixed schedule, everything will fall into place for Chola to be on board. Following a 5-hour journey from East Midlands Airport, the van bringing chimpanzee Chola to her new life in Dorset has arrived at the park. The Primate care staff who'll be taking care of her are excited to get their first glimpse of their new charge. And Alison is on hand too.
Hi, you.
Chola has been accompanied all the way from Kenya by animal director Jeremy, along with Monica, who has cared for Chola for more than 10 years and will help her settle in. Chola has been in her transport crate for more than 24 hours, and the team are keen to let her out. She's going to live in Brian's house with his group of 6, and will be taken to a specially prepared bedroom there. Alison wants to show Monica Chocola's new home.
I'm so happy to see Chola and Monica here. It's been, almost 10 years in the making.
Planning, replanning.
Yeah, Graziella and Monica have looked after her for all of these years, but you know, she's a chimp. She needs other chimps, and she potentially can live for another 20 to 25 years. So the next big step, I mean, I've been feeling sick on this transport to get her here well and safely. But now the whole next chapter begins, getting her in with Brian and all of his lot.
As the large crate is manoeuvred carefully into position, there are plenty of interested onlookers outside in the tunnels.
Right now, Chocola's shouting the house down because she's obviously very nervous. She's in a brand new setting and there's a lot of other chimps making a lot of noise at her. We're just basically trying to set it up so that we can get her into the house safely. But while we're doing that, she's getting a bit more agitated, so hopefully that's done quickly and then we get her inside and try and calm her down a bit.
The crate is designed to marry up to an entrance on the chimpanzee house leading directly into the bedrooms. Everything is set. Chola gets a few words of encouragement.
Hey, Chola!
Before Jeremy opens up the crate to allow her to move through.
Good girl. Come on, madam.
Despite her disabilities and being inside the travel box for more than 24 hours, the female chimp is eager to explore her new home.
What are you thinking? Excellent. Excellent, good girl. She needs to stand up, but her legs must be stiff from sitting so long.
A curious Chola moves at a shuffle, navigating her way from one room to the next. And as the stiffness in her joints and limbs eases up, she becomes more and more inquisitive and adventurous.
Okay, she can hop right up onto that shelf.
Dad, she's so much more than I was expecting, agile, able, and it's such a relief.
I'm impressed that she moved through and is reasonably confident moving through the house. And that's after sat cramped up in the box for so long.
So far, so good. Over the coming days, Chola will have the chance to get used to her new home and her new life. Her next challenge will be to meet some of Brian's group and make friends.
Clearly she's disabled. I mean, we're not saying she hasn't got issues. Of course she's got issues. She's got very serious issues. But I think she's a lot more capable than I was expecting. And I think 99% of that is her attitude, which is great. She is a survivor.
It should serve her well as she acclimatises to her new life and begins to integrate into a chimp family for the first time since she was snatched from her mother all those years ago.